Hello everyone, welcome to Education Matters on Elimu TV, where we watch and learn. I am Kamau Mugu, and I'm pleased to have you this afternoon. On set, I have a guest with whom we are going to be discussing matters on education, touching on the emerging issues of unrest and action cases in secondary schools, as well as the impact of social media. My guest is from A.K.A, reading a group by the name of the Predominant Group, Bwana Douglas Maraga, most welcome.
Thank you so much.
Please tell us about yourself, tell us about the Predominant Group.
My name is Douglas Maraga Mangera, like you said. I'm a leader in the Predominant Group, the chairperson. I am a motivational speaker. I also do arts, and I am a musician. And the Predominant Group is all about young people who are multi-talented and who are looking forward to educate the society in the factors that affect the society and the globe at large.
Thank you very much. You are in which campus of the MK?
I am Mount Kenya University main campus, Vika.
Yeah. Thank you. Now, I'm happy to have you on set. And you are very much aware of this unfortunate case of schools being burned down, students going on the rampage. I would want to hear from you as a motivational speaker, as a thought leader, what is the cause of this wave of unrest and action cases in secondary schools?
The main cause of this unrest is that most of the students, you find that maybe they are influenced by the peer pressure. Now, when they are influenced by the peer pressure now, each and every student has a role to play in school. But when influenced in a group, they may do some things that they may not understand. Like now, the school unrest. Now, another factor that can contribute to such factor is that we have poor guidance and counseling. If we have concrete guidance and counseling, the students will understand what they are doing in school. And if in any case anything arises, they will be able to contain it.
Now, I think you're listing just one reason, peer pressure. Do you have others? I would like to have a list because I would imagine that maybe it can't be one. This is becoming too much.
Yeah, we have students, untamed conduct of students at home. And we have also another one, drug abuse. Drug abuse is the main factor that can contribute to students. Another factor is ignorance and copy-pasting or copycats. Another factor can be draconian rules in school, maybe treating students harshly, and maybe the meals are not good and they are complaining, but you are treating them harshly. So there are many factors that can contribute to school unrest.
Would you kindly explain about this bit you're calling copycats? What do you mean by copycats?
Copycats, maybe a school has committed the school unrest. Another school sees so, maybe the ladies' school. And now the other school of boys, let's say boys' high school, they say because of the other school has gone home due to strikes or due to banning schools, they also do the same.
You mean these guys are aping the evil or the wrongs in their students?
No, yeah.
Want to be better than others in the negative sense?
It is because they want to go home. And maybe they are sisters, now they are brothers. The brothers want to go home because their sisters have gone home. They copycat. Yeah.
Now, if that is the case then, how should students who ban school property be disciplined?
I think in that case they have to face the law. They have absolutely to face the law, because if we continue like this, and if they do not face the law, and if they are not disciplined properly, then it will be continuous action. Yeah.
But has it happened? Do you have cases of students being taken to court in that case convicted for cases like this one?
Under conviction I have not seen, but I've heard that they have been arrested and the investigations are underway. Yeah.
However, what do we do? Because I think it's becoming too much. I think the last time I checked, I think around 75 schools already, as we talk, has already been affected in all different parts of the Kenya. What else? How else do we handle these cases?
this case is a complicated case. They have to bring in the lawmakers first to understand how to bring these students who engage themselves in school unrest. But if the teachers can be involved themselves in making decisions in disciplining students, it will overburden them.
Already it is in the public domain that a committee has been formed to investigate that, comprising of officials from the security department as well as the Ministry of Education. Are we really investigating something that we already know? Because I think you have just already mentioned the causes. Do you think that committee will add value?
That committee will add value. I'm very optimistic. If only they take responsibilities. Yeah, and if they take and be determined in finding the root cause of strikes or school unrest, they will make it. Now,
again, when I go back a little bit on the causes that you have just mentioned, it appears like you have only highlighted the acts of omission commissioned by the students. Could there be other parties involved who maybe could be leading to these incidents, these unfortunate incidents?
Absolutely.
Except the students.
Absolutely. The role models, politicians, civil society servants, the society itself, and also we have the parents. If parents are not committed in raising children or students who are disciplined, they also contribute at large.
Can you draw a picture, show us exactly how maybe the politician doing his normal politics could be contributing to this?
Of course, we are aware some having had maybe hate speech, riot, demonstration, picketing, and nothing is done to them. And that is the only way that the students envisage and see it is the only solution that can be brought out for them to be heard. Yeah, that one contributes much to school unrest. Yeah.
What about within the school setup, except the students themselves? Could there be other actors who are acting behind the scenes?
Maybe, let's say, maybe the teachers, apart from teachers, workers, we have workers. If they do not take their parts very carefully and being determined, maybe they are working in the kitchen and the meal is not health or it is not taken good or cooked very well. They can be able to riot or to pass their grievances to teachers. But if that is taken slightly, then they have to take an action.
Suppose it was established beyond a reasonable doubt that maybe there are going to be actors except the students. What do you think should be done in very few words? What do you think should be done to minimize the possibility of other actors being behind the behavior of the students inside the school and outside the school?
The governance of the school. They should take responsibilities and do vetting first before a person comes into the job. But if they go on seeing everything just like that, then it will not take them anywhere. Yeah.
Well, we will take a short commercial break. When we come back, we will look at how the predominant group in its activities with school students in secondary schools, how it's trying to help contain this menace. Thank you very much. Welcome back. You are watching Education Matters. I'm your host, A.K.A, and this is my guest, Douglas. We broke up at a point where we were discussing the role of other actors outside the school. Now, I want us to come back to your group, the predominant group. You have shared with me that you walk around, you do motivational talks in secondary schools, and I would like to get it from you. What issues do you address when you do those motivational talks to students in secondary schools? Give me a list, a breakdown of these are the areas that you focus on.
First of all, the predominant group is all about having superior powers and influence, positive influence. So what we mainly focus in high schools are those factors that affect students, like drug abuse, discipline. We focus on talent, we focus on revision styles, and we focus on highly on how to study and career guidance
For how long have you done this?
We have done here for 1 year now. From June 2015, we are still going forward.
How many secondary schools have you been able to reach?
We have reached, from the day that we kicked off, we have reached more than 30 schools, high schools, not only in Thika, but also in Nairobi County at large.
Yeah. What have you been received?
Alright, it has been a warm welcome. Especially that those schools that we go, we have been called back again to go there and again do the same. But again, if we come back, we do it differently, at a higher place now than we once came.
And now we're talking about these unfortunate cases of unrest. Would you say exactly how your talks maybe could help in schools which maybe run the risk of having this kind of cases? Is there a way you can connect that?
Yeah, we always connect to current affairs and to schools that we have gone. We have received the good news that the students do change. Now, it is very helpful because we do a skit and then we do a motivational talk. Now you get it sticks into their minds more than even when you do only a talk. Yeah.
Now, when you talk about motivational talks, I think you are aware that the Ministry of Education is feeling like everybody has become a motivational speaker, and therefore they are trying to control. In fact, if they will have them out completely, the better. How also take on that? Don't you think you're getting hampered?
Absolutely. If you get motivation off, then there is nothing beautiful as motivational. Then you will be killing students, their character, personality, attitude, determination, because we go there, we provoke these students. They can do it, to believe in themselves, because belief triggers power to do, and belief is a thermostat that regulates what we accomplish in life. If there is no one who is going to make these students believe in themselves, then they are lacking. And motivational is like birthing. You have to birth always.
How else do you mentor students in secondary schools other than giving the talks? You are in other things that you undertake to kind of psych the students in secondary school. What other things do you do?
Absolutely, we associate with them and those who have talent, because our vision is to discover, nurture, and widen the talent scope in all the globe. And because we discover talents in them, we nurture them, we bring them up.
We're talking of talents such as in which areas?
Maybe singing, acting, and those who have talents in studies. Like you are talented in mathematics. You have seen many students who are talented in each and every area of subject.
Gifted in different.
Yeah, they are gifted. So talent is an innate. It can never disappear. So we nurture that talent. And if only they get people to nurture their talents, they will be able to be successful, and more successful than even how they are now.
Well, I think that's a good initiative from the predominant group. I just hope you will be able to have a wide reach. And let us switch a little bit and look at the ICT integration. We are going digital. I'm sure you also are digital. I would like to know what is the role of social media platforms in these rising cases of unrest and national in secondary schools, if there is a link?
First of all, people must understand what ICT is. ICT stands for Information and Communication Technologies, defined for a purpose as a device or as a diverse technological tools and resources for communication, storage, dissemination, and also management of information. And it includes computers, internet, phones, broadcasting technologies like radio and TV. So first of all, social media is a two-edged sword. It cuts on the part of truth and on the part of transferring misinterpretation of information. And if only somebody posts a wrong information, it can cause to chaos. We have seen many situations.
I would like you to draw a clean link between the social media in this, our normal understanding. We're talking about Facebook, we're talking about Instagram, WhatsApp. Would you directly link it to this menace is happening in secondary schools?
Absolutely. When students go home, they have access to phones, and they can be able to create groups to chat and to communicate. And don't forget that social media is a very fast communication tool than even the broadcasting technologies. So once they go home, if they are able to plan something evil, they can plan. And if another school, students communicate from another school, say, we are going to plan a strike, they influence other schools. So that can be a broad havoc.
So you feel there is a connection?
There must be. There must be.
And at the same time, could we then say that there couldn't be, and the other edge, as you have seen, that it's a double-edged sword? Could social media have a positive impact on students in school?
Yeah, if they can use social media positively, because knowledge is power, if only used constructively. If they can use social media positively, in chatting positive things, they can be able to move ahead and far than where even they are.
I may also want to wonder, could we have a situation whereby the social media acts as a link between the students and the teachers?
Social
a positive link.
A positive link. Maybe if a teacher is social, they can be able to communicate when they are home, not in school, because in school they cannot access social media so much than when they are home. But if the teacher can use social media to educate them, it can be a very nice idea. Yeah.
So then, that being the case, what do we say? What do you say about the role of social media? Do we condemn it completely, or do we recommend it somewhat? What do we do with it? Because as you are putting it, it means it could be carrying it could be a medium of some negative end results.
Technology is elevating to a great height. We cannot minimize it, but we can control it. If we can control social media through having a good personality and disciplining yourself, then it can be a positive impact on students, teachers, and even because technology is changing, and our world, life is an environment, a dynamic environment. So we must shift, having that mental paradigm shift to high technology. It can be a tool helping us to be able to elevate ourselves to our success. But if used negatively, it can cause a greater destruction. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. I think that let's say that something needs to be done. We need to adopt a positive use of social media. We take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from that point. Thank you. Welcome back. You are watching Education Matters on Maraga TV, where we watch and learn. My guest is Douglas Maraga, and we are discussing matters to do with person and less in secondary schools. And at this point, my friend Maraga, I would like you to tell us about why is it that when we have arson cases, the students usually tend to ban the dorms? Why the dorms? What's wrong with the dorms? What has the dorm done?
That's a very wonderful question. I think they ban the dorms because they think or they envisage that once they ban the dorms, they will go home. So you find the main reason they want to ban the dorms is mentally to go home. But that is not a good idea. Because banning the dorms is like banning yourself. That's why when they ban the dorms, they are sure that they will not stay in school. Yeah.
So now, does that mean then that we should be thinking along the lines of day schools? Because in the case fortunately, I'm not handled by this school which has banned anything in this whole saga of, should we go that way? No. Each and every school has problems. Be it day school or boarding school. But I think what they should focus on is management and how to raise these students in discipline, not being harsh, but being professionally a teacher. Because if we say that we go to the lives of day school, then
we will not have those advantages that boarding school has and day school, because this is a digital evolution. We cannot focus on day school only. They need to stay in school and focus on education, on studies only. Yeah, because if we will be having only day schools, then we will be limiting others.
Yeah. But it so appears that the most affected of the 70, I think almost all of them are boarding schools. Could the students also be giving us some other information that we are not taking in?
I think the information they are trying to pass through that is the management, the responsibility, the leadership. Nowadays, leadership is rotten because you find teachers are focusing on earning. They are not focusing on imparting, raising that patriotism of students in school to develop the country and not to have that heart of only going after money. If only we have teachers who focus on raising the students, then we will be having a good school.
Would it also maybe the very fact that we are seeing this one being very common in boarding schools, could it be an element of kind of delayed parenting? Maybe the students are just too much on their own, and maybe the society does not seem to play its parenting role very well when they're in school. That's why they're kind of doing it in protest. Could it be something to do with that? While they're in boarding, maybe they're not getting proper parental attention.
To some extent, it can be, and to some, it cannot. Because if you have parents who do visit their students, or their children rather, then parents who are close to their students or children, they raise good children. But those parents who are very busy, then they cannot raise a good child or a
They have sent fathers, they have sent mothers.
Yeah, so to say boarding is limiting the parents, no. It's only leadership. Teacher, parent, student link. A teacher who is close to students should be able to communicate to the parent. And that's why we have ICT mapping. Yeah.
Well, that is okay. Now let's shift a little bit and look at what is the future of education in the 21st century, the so-called digital era. What's the future of education?
On the digital part, the future is going to be great with ICT. Especially if you see, now we are on TV, in TV. If a student can be able to watch this program, can be able to understand the errors and the consequences of school unrest, can be able to understand how to study through the programs offered in LMTV. And it is a very nice idea to come up with such a TV, because now we can be able to reach out to many students as possible, because we are broadcasted now. They can be able to watch as many as possible. But you can be able to communicate to one face to face, a good communication, effective one. But using such channel, we can be able to go far technologically. Yeah.
Unfortunately, is it not the case from the experience that they have in most of the secondary schools, especially the boarding schools, there is only one TV in the dimage, in the hall, very far away. Is there a way that maybe we can work around taking the TV from the hall to the classroom?
From the hall, maybe that might cause some chaos, because if you take to classroom, there maybe you have many students, it cannot accommodate them. But when you have the TV in the hall, it is accommodating all of them. That way we bring.
I'm looking for closer interaction, so that now we don't have the idea that TV is a distraction. We look at the TV as another tool, running aid.
Okay, if it is a section or a set for individual form or class, and I think they should take screens to each and every class, because now digital is evolving. You can be able to teach using a projector, not only charts or books. So if it is a form or a class set, then they can be able to take to class. But if it is an overall view, then it should be in the hall, because it can bring chaos. But again, if you install the televisions in each and every class, then they'll be able to reach the information to everybody. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Then again, still when talking about the digital era, the 21st century, again, I would want to take us back to social media. What do you think, or how do you think social media can be used as a running school teaching tool?
Social media should be the first in that aspect. Because if social media is accessible in remote areas, anywhere that you are, anytime, any place. So if each and every person focuses on positive information, then social media can reach out to many people. Because once you post something, it can be able to be accessible to each and every person. But if we say individually, you cannot post. So social media can reach to many people. It should be used in such cases like school unrest. It should be used by the security forces. The forces, because if you see a violence and then post, the security forces can reach there first and be able to contain the fire.
Thank you very much. I want you to address that coming up and please give a very good crossing the mark, address the student watching us, address the parent watching us, and let him appreciate the value and the role of digital tools in education, please.
To the parents, you need to support your students. If you leave your child watching a program that does not benefit him or her, then you are spoiling that child. But use your TV positively and constructively in building your child. Students and teachers, take your responsibilities. To especially students, believe in yourself. You can make it. Believe in yourself because you are equipped and you have the capabilities and the potentialities of moving ahead with a vision. If you have a vision, you can be able to move far. Even if you are, however much beautiful, handsome you are, a vision or any person without a vision is like a vehicle without an engine, and it cannot take you anywhere. Vision is a propellant to your destiny. Make sure your mindset sets a difference. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everyone, that brings us to the end of our show. Until next time, watch and learn.